Hey guys, what's up? This is Boy16, and today I'm going to be doing a video review on my battery spot welder that I got for Christmas that I have been needing forever. So, those of you who have seen my channel before probably know that I collect a bunch of recycled batteries, and I scrap them and take them apart and scavenge the 18650 cells out of them. And I haven't really used them for very much of stuff because I can't make a good I wasn't able to make a good battery. I mean, I could always solder them together, but the problem is that's messy, it's time consuming, it's hard, and it looks horrible. So, but I asked for this for Christmas because I've been needing a way to be able to utilize these batteries, and I've been wanting to use these batteries for stuff. But I just haven't had a way to connect them together to make a battery pack out of them. And that's where this comes in. This is a spot welder. And pretty much what this does is, anyone who's in welding or knows how to spot weld, you pretty much know that what it is, it's just a burst of a power, and then you use that to just do like a tab weld or something like that. But this is a little bit more advanced than just a regular spot where it's like neat, and then you hold it down and then you let off. This is actually automatic and it's programmable. So this one, what we have here is the current, and I'm not sure what this is actually measuring, if it's percentage or if it's percentage. Wait, sorry, I'm not sure if it's measuring percentage or if it's measuring the actual amps that it's putting out. But this number is relative to how much punch is behind your weld. And it's adjustable using the selector here and then the up and down arrows. So this is pretty much determining how hot how much power will be punched through your weld. And then your pulse is, with this, it's automatic. So whenever you lift up on these or use the included pedal, which just plugs in right here, and then it bypasses the switch. So this is, no matter what you do with this, it won't activate. It'll be using the little switch here. So pretty much what it does is the pulse is how many times it sends power. Like it either sends it in one burst, like, I'll just kind of show you here. So, set it down to one pulse, and then you'll see what it means. Or see what I mean. See? It just went dunk, and that was it. Now if I go to 2 pulses, you heard how it did, didn't it? That means it sent 2 pulses of power. So, with this, let's see. Oh yeah, this part here, I've seen a lot of people curious about what this actually does, and they don't really know. What this does is it's your pulse group. This lets you select how long your pulses are, from a few milliseconds up to 10 milliseconds. Or however long that is. I'm not sure what these numbers are representing, if they're representing tens of milliseconds or milliseconds, but I think it's tens of milliseconds because 0 milliseconds would be absolutely nothing, so it wouldn't do anything in 0 milliseconds. But if I put it all the way down to 0 and I do it, you'll hear that it's a lot quicker. And then if I do it up to 10, you'll hear that it's a lot longer. And that allows for more current to be flowed through at that certain amount that you have set up here, and then allows for it to adhere better to the battery, or to whatever you're tab welding with this thing, which it is meant for batteries. So I'll show you that this is so much easier than having to solder or do anything like that, because once you get this correct, it's easy. So just do a cell here, if it'll be able to see it. And that smoke that you saw was it actually engaging the weld. But there you go. If you can see those two little spots, that's where it's been welded. And I can't pull that off just by hand. I'd have to get my pliers out to be able to get that off. So this is a good little unit. And I've seen a lot of people that have these, and it pops their breakers or something like, and stuff like that. I'm not sure why that is, but mine, it'll dim the lights because it's pulling like 12 amps out of the wall outlet whenever it's doing the pulse. But it has not tripped tripped the breaker. What it has done though is it has tripped my UPS system over there that I have for my fan and some of my stuff up in my bed, like my laptop and things like that. It does trip that, or trigger the low voltage switch over to the battery on there, because that can tell if there's a electrical drop in power, and then it'll switch over to the battery power, so that way you don't lose whatever's on your computer or whatever it's being plugged into. But that will actually kick on the battery because it notices such a drop in voltage when this thing activates. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but my lights kind of flicker when it... Yeah, you can't really see, but when I had my incandescent bulbs, these are LEDs. When I had my incandescent bulbs up in my ceiling or in those sockets, they would dim, and it would be like a flash almost. They would dim quite a bit. I mean, they wouldn't go off, but they would dim quite a bit. So, but that's pretty much what all this upper part here is. Down here, this is actually a battery charger or a power supply, and it is capable of constant voltage, constant current, which is what you want for something like this. And it has its own separate circuit on this, and you don't want to be charging a battery or charging anything or running the power from this when you're spot welding, because it'll cause spikes, and that's not good for your batteries, and you don't really want to be doing that anyway because it's just going to get in your way and all that stuff. So, but it goes up to 37 or 36 volts, I believe. What is it saying? Yeah, 36 volts at 3 amps, which is pretty dinky, but I mean, it's useful for us just charging battery packs like this. I mean, it's more for like trickle charging, like a battery pack, or for individual charging of these cells or something like that. It's not really. This is more. You buy this for the welding aspect, not the charger. The charger is just an add-on that they put on there because they know that this is for welding or soldering or tabbing 1850s cells together, and they know that you're most likely going to need to be charging them once you're done doing that, and that's what this bottom part is for. So, show you what it does here. So right now it's reading 000, but what this does, I like that. Not even my really nice higher end power supply does. This one goes up to 32 volts maximum, but it goes up to 10 amps, where this one only goes up to 3 amps. But not even this one has that feature. And I wish this one had this feature that this one has, because when you don't have this button pushed, it doesn't send any power, and you can use it as a multimeter. You don't have to take your leads off to see what your battery's at by itself, or turn off the amperage on this. This one, you just push the button, and it automatically does it. And this is as low as it'll go. It's 3.12 volts. Oh, wait, that's right. I have no current up. Oh wait, that's as low as it goes. 4.23 volts. That's actually really bad, because the problem is these are meant to be charged at a rated voltage of 4.1 at maximum, or that's where your full charge is at. Is 4.1. I mean, I've charged these to 4.2 before, and it doesn't really do anything to them. in the short term. But if you keep doing it over and over and over again, it'll eventually damage them. So this is actually not good that it does this. So this would only be good for lithium polymer batteries because those are rated for 4.2 volts per cell. And the thing is, this might be off. Hang on, I'll get my multimeter here. Good old fluke. Okay, let's see here. And yes, this has banana. This comes with the banana plugs that go in here with the gator clips on them, but I just haven't used them. Okay, that is set to the right. It's actually set a little bit low. My God, that's ridiculous. It's like you should be able to go down to 4 volts on something like this. I mean, that's just, I don't understand. But yeah, 4 volts is 4.25 volts at your lowest. I mean, that's not very usable because the thing is you can't charge lithium ion cells off of that voltage, otherwise it'll pop them. I think there are potentiometers and things like that inside of here that you can adjust your maximum or your minimum voltage with, but I'm not going to mess with it because I have this one. And I use this one for charging these cells, or I use my IMAX B6 clone over there, which works pretty well. But yeah, I wouldn't use this for charging these anyway because this one's just, it doesn't have all the safety stuff in it like this one does. This one has reverse polarity protection, it has current load protection, it has overload protection, it has all that kind of stuff. And this one actually does have a dedicated constant current and constant voltage on it. This one, you just have to assume that it has it. I don't know if it has it or not, but considering that they say lithium power cell power supply and battery charger, I don't imagine it wouldn't, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So plus I like this one a little bit better for that because it has, the readings are a bit bigger on it and it has much finer adjustment to it. And the pots on this feel so much better than the pots on this. I mean, this is just, that's just cheap and dinky in my opinion, but I mean, it works. It's just, I just don't use it. So I just wish that this had the option to be able to turn the outputs on and off without having to turn the unit off or turn it back on, because you can use this one, you can use as a multimeter when you're not having something being charged, whereas this one you have to turn off the current or completely just turn it off in order to see what your battery voltage is. So I mean, this one's good. I wouldn't turn you off of getting this one if you do have it, or I wouldn't say that this one's bad because of that. It's just a feature that I wish it had, so that way you could easily get your reading off of it without having to grab your multimeter or something like that. But yeah, but anyway, I'll show you one of the batteries I did make with this. And it took me, I don't know, a little bit over an hour or something like that to make this, but this is going to be a 40 volt, let's see, how many, a 40 volt, 5 amp hour battery, I believe. Nah, it might be more than 5 amp hour. I have no idea, actually. It's definitely bigger than those hoverboard batteries, and those hoverboard batteries are like, those are 36 volts, or 40 volts rated. And they have this many cells in them. They only have 2 cells. So this might be a 6 amp hour battery. So, but I made this for an electric scooter, which I'm going to do a review on, that I've had for a while now, but I just haven't done a video on it. But I made this for that because its onboard battery is a lithium pack, but the problem is it's just having a hard time, like, I don't know, it just doesn't have a good, like, a consistent range on it. Like, it'll have, like, one day I can go to Goodwill and back, and I'll only lose 1 bar, and then another day I'll go only down to Home Depot and back, which is not even a mile, and it'll lose 2 bars on the power display. I've never gotten it to die, but it loses power, it loses its charge quickly by what the charge indicator on it shows me when it's supposed to get like 15 or so miles on a charge. It's not even getting, based off what my calculations are, it's not even getting 10 miles. So I made this for it. It's not complete. I have to still do I still have to go to positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and do all that stuff for it. But to be able to make the 40 volts, and then I have to put in the balance circuitry on it, which I'll probably just use one of my balance circuitry boards from one of my other batteries, like my Black & Decker 40 volt battery that I found in the battery recycling, which that one still works good. I just want to be able to get a brain board for this, that I don't have to, worry about if it works or not. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Stay cool, YouTube. Bye.